Hey, what's up, you guys? Talking about the violent crimes that have been taking place and how everybody continues to just look and go, I can't believe it. Why can't you believe it? It's happening all the time. It's a mindset with the young people now. Where criminals used to hide in the dark and getting arrested, going to OCCC, that used to be a scarlet letter or a badge of shame. Now young guys are bragging about it. You know, it's gives them street cred. And they look forward to it. Not only that, but the level of violence. You know, Hawaii has always been a state where kids have been indoctrinated to fight since they were just little kids. You know, you hear parents, you hear grandparents, you hear teachers, neighbors, everybody, lick them, just lick them, go scrap, cuz, go scrap. And everything is about fighting, about getting that respect. And it used to just be where a couple of guys would go out into a parking lot, go into the playground, they'd settle it. But now there's becoming more and more violent crime, and it's really, really getting bad. There have been some murders, there have been some stabbings, and the young kids are all the ones who are doing it. By young kids, I mean the ones in high school, and they're all jumping around screaming like they're insane, "What you fucka, what?" with no idea what's going to happen once they go to jail. When they go to jail, their life is going to change, and they are going to become a criminal, period. It's just that simple. But they're bragging, running around, they're bragging about it. And I've seen two recently, and I think everybody here has seen the one on Eva Beach. It was on Stolen Stuff Hawaii, and it was on the news that three guys mobbed this guy in between a pickup truck. And they stomped his head while he was unconscious and on the ground. They'd already won the fight. Three of them had beat him down. Way to go, guys. Takes a real man. You fucker. Get your respect, cuz. That's sure going to make him respect you. It took three of you. But he was already down. He was unconscious. And this guy stomped on his head a half a dozen more times. Stomped on his skull. Think about that. And then on top of that, then he took a couple more punches at him. So they're a bunch of chicken shit cowards is what they are. And I have an open invitation to those guys. Try that with me. I'll take all three of you on at the same time. Try that with me. See if you can get that lucky. Cuz you fucker. Because, man, I'll guarantee you it won't be like that tall, skinny kid who didn't know how to fight. But the level of violence and the mindset is becoming more homicidal. And kids are doing this, and parents may not think so. There was another one that happened with three guys, and they were obviously all wearing school uniforms. And you listen to the girl who was doing the video. She was encouraging it. She was praising him. And it took three guys, once again, to beat one guy down. They beat him senseless till he was unconscious and on the ground. And once he was unconscious and on the ground, then once he was unconscious and he was on the ground, then one of the boys took out a folding knife and stabbed him in the back. These are middle school kids. Early years in high school at the most. It's embarrassing. I mean, that's the mindset they have now. So when I see people sparring and they come into martial arts classes, and especially ladies, oh, I don't want to get hit. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Well, guess what? These kind of predators aren't going to give you a choice on what you like. They're going to thrive on that. The second thing is, they're not going to stop just because you feel a little uncomfortable or out of your element. That's what a fight is. A fight is two opponents and one taking the other out of his element, his or her element. And it's using a level of force to compel the other person to give up or lose, or in these cases nowadays, to be beaten unconscious. So understand that, because when you come into a gym and you train and you're just, this is all I'm going to do. And I pointed out, I've got a lot of people that I pointed out over and over, day after day, and they don't care. They just pretend it's not them. They pretend I'm not talking to them. They just continue to do the same thing over and over. And then they get mad when somebody actually does spar hard with them. They get mad about it. You need to prepare for this, because as crime is rising in Hawaii, it's increasing. The violence of and the level of violence in the crimes is increasing insanely. It's by insane numbers. And the police aren't going to give you the truth about the numbers. You know, they'll tell you, oh, there's been an increase in violent crime. Yeah, no shit. People have been getting killed. There have been home invasions. And meanwhile, while we're having these home invasions, Hawaii's Democratic Socialist senators are doing their best to take away your right to protect yourselves in your own homes. In your own homes. They're trying to make felons out of you. But that's another argument altogether. But the mindset is, you need to think about this. Because I've seen guys spar and they think, yep, I'm pretty good. And then some guy comes along who's just mediocre and goes bonk and takes them completely out of their element. Now, if you're a martial arts student, you're going around telling people, hey, you have to respect me. I'm a black belt. I see this all the time. I don't have to do what you're doing, but you have to respect me because I'm a black belt. And then you see some guy or a girl come in and they just slap you senseless, or they hurt you, or just completely dominate you during sparring, and their mindset is, why do I have to respect you? That belt doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean absolutely anything at all. I can do whatever I want and I'm just fine. I can get away with it. So you need to start training with a mindset that this could happen to you, that it's going to get a little bit more aggressive, and that you could potentially be caught in one of these situations, even as a third party. Train like your life depends on it, because it does. Now, when you're training that way, it doesn't mean that it has to suck. Training can still be fun. It's all in how you look at it. Man, I love a good, hard sparring session. I hate when guys stand there and pretend, ooh, got you. But a good, hard sparring session where I've been pushed, I've pushed my partners, we're both exhausted, we've both done some good work, put in some time. I love that. Now, there's another one. There's some guys, a lot of guys think, yeah, you know what, bro, I'm good enough. I'm big, I'm intimidating. If that problem comes across, I can handle it. And I can guarantee you that 3 of these little scrawny punks can handle most big guys. And I'm talking about the large majority of them. And do it with ease. So get in there and get some training. I don't care where you're training, but find a place to go, get some good training, and learn how to take care of yourself. Also, when you see it happening with somebody else, stand up. Be heard, be accountable. We have an obligation morally and socially within our communities to do what's right, regardless of the consequences. This is Bob Smith. Blood makes you related, but loyalty makes you family. Out.